All right, good morning. My name is Matt Call. I'm here with Great Basin Team 3. We're going to talk to you a little bit about the Tartar fire. We haven't given you any updates yet because we just got here, and I'm going to explain a little bit about what that is. On the map behind me, we've got the fire perimeter here, and it's a lot of BLM country on half of it, and then the Payette Forest on the other. So I'm part of a complex incident management team, and we just transitioned to command today. Previous to this, we had a Type 3 organization, which is a little bit smaller organization. The reason they brought our team in is it gives a little bit more organizational horsepower, which allows us to get a few more resources and have a little bit more organization and better maps, better plan, and some more overhead to help take this fire into the next phase and try to get it out as soon as possible. The team that had it before us, they did a really great job, and I'm going to kind of talk about what they did here on the map. And then in days to come, we'll give you a few more videos. We'll get a little bit more in the weeds on some of our tactical details. But again, I just wanted to thank the folks before us that were here, a lot of the locals. They did some really good work for about 4 days, and they really took a lot of the heavy lift. So let's show you what they did. So up here on the map, we'll probably zoom in a little bit. Kind of the left half of this map, a lot of this fire, which is about 12,000 acres, is largely contained or has line right up against the edge of the fire. I'm going to start here on the bottom, and all of this X stuff is all showing dozer line. So we have a really good handle on this line here. That doesn't mean there's not going to be smoke or heat there, but it means we're pretty confident that it's not going to go outside that line. So we're going to have this in a little bit of a mop-up phase, which means we have engines and crews along this line, looking for heat along the line and putting that out. And all along here, across the top and the north end, that's the case. And we have a combination of dozer line, some hand line, and then this little symbology here. We have all these different cool symbologies to kind of show what we've done. The red is the fire edge, and then the X is some dozer line, and then this dot with a line is where we've completed a burnout operation to remove those extra fuels between where we could put the dozer line and where the edge of the fire is. That just gives us a really good buffer. So that's what these lines here are, is just a burnout operation. Going into this little hook here where we go up against the forest boundary, we have a few pieces of dozer line, and we can't put dozer line around all of it because you can't drive a dozer everywhere. So we have to look for opportunities where we can put dozer line and then connect the dots with other options like hose lays or hand line, which we have some. It's kind of hard to see on this map, but it's marked with an H. So that's where we actually cut basically a trail in the forest to create a boundary line for the fire. What we have left is a lot of this area right here. We've got crews, engines, and dozers working this. We're just trying to piece together what our options are. One of the problems we have is with this fire, it's really spotty. And what we mean by that is as the fire burns, it kind of throws embers out ahead of itself. And you can see these fires out here. These are little spot fires. And so connecting that or trying to get around that and contain that in addition to the large fire makes it a little bit more complex of a problem. So we're still trying to solve that problem right there. We don't quite have a solution, but we have some good options. So that's where we're focusing a lot of our attention with our hot shot crews, with our engines. And then we also have about 4 aircraft assigned to the fire. So you'll see aircraft kind of flying back and forth. They're helping us out quite a bit. We might be a little bit limited on our visibility. There's quite a bit of smoke coming from the fires in Oregon. So far, we've had pretty good luck in having about two helicopters at a time. So we're using those quite a bit in this area. So you might see those moving around. One thing I wanted to talk about is there's some forest closures. So check the forest website, and our PIOs will add some information on the forest closure, which should be happening, should be publicized a little bit later today. A large part of this will have some forest closures, which the details will be on there. We'll provide those details. But we want to make sure that we have no public going into this area to make sure the public stays safe. So next thing I want to talk about is what is next. So our team's going to stay here. We've got more resources on order. And as we put more line and construct a containment around this, in further updates, we'll get a little bit more detailed on what that looks like, and we'll try to answer your questions on how we're going to do that and about how long it will take. With that, we'll leave you guys to a great day. Thanks for joining us.